My name is Pavlo Smytsnyuk. I am a Ukrainian theologian and scholar of religion. I am now working at the Hellenic Center in the University of Princeton. Before coming to the US, I was director of the Ecumenical Institute in Lviv, Western Ukraine. I am interested in the questions related to just peace, religion and violence, and this is my contribution to the Conference of European Churches project on the peace in Ukraine.
Please tell us about KEK's project Pathways to Peace and why is it important for the European churches?
I think it's important because it tries to prepare the future peace in Ukraine. The war will end sooner or later, and we need to be ready to deal with the consequences and perhaps even somehow to prepare the peace, both political but also inter-church, inter-confessional peace in Ukraine. Pathways to Peace and its aims, which we call objectives, are meant to do something very simple that is not beyond our forces, but very, I think, realistic steps toward peace.
The objectives of Pathways to Peace, how do they resonate with Ukrainians and Ukrainian churches?
I think that Ukrainian churches know each other pretty well, but if as a community of believers in Christ they want to interact with the churches abroad, it's good to be able to have a platform for doing that. And one of the objectives is having a network where Christian institutions in Ukraine, academic institutions can cooperate with academic institutions in Europe, or NGOs, faith-based NGOs can cooperate with faith-based NGOs elsewhere, where experts in some field can share what they live and what they do with their brothers in Christ. Networking seems easy, seems almost something that doesn't require effort, but in fact it does. And if you look at Ukraine, it's a country that is coming out of a difficult Soviet past, where the country as the whole region was isolated from what was going on the planet. It's also a chance to get connected. I think KEK is a good place to do this, and it can become a window for different European churches who don't have contacts in Ukraine or who maybe lack exposure to Ukraine to get that advice and to enter through that door into Ukrainian pluralistic space.
You're part of the steering group for Pathways to Peace. What inspires you to be part of this project?
I think it's a lot of sharing. People bring in different perspectives. You have people who want Ukraine to receive more weapons, and people who belong to pacifist, non-violent traditions. So I think you experience the complexity, how different can be our approaches to war, to peace, and I think it's enriching. You learn how to think, how to look at the reality through others' eyes, and this sharing is really very enriching to everybody.
War begets a lot of human suffering and devastation. As a Christian, where do you see the hope?
It's a good question. An easy answer is you go to your belief, to faith, you think about Jesus who suffered, and you say, okay, there is something about suffering there. One of, I think, the biggest surprises for me as a Ukrainian was at the beginning of the war, the solidarity, the help by people from other countries. And then I asked myself, were we Ukrainians so helpful to people, I don't know, in the Middle East, in Asia, in Africa, who suffered? And I think we were not enough. So I hope this experience of solidarity towards us will also create interest in what people in other countries and other continents are living, and help others share our experience of suffering with the others.